What's going on, everybody? Nick Orlando here from Signature Premier Properties. Today I want to talk about a topic and a headline that's coming up a lot and just want to bring or make some sense of it is the full housing market starting to slow down? So the answer to the question is yes. It's definitely starting to slow down. We're starting to see it soften up, especially compared to this crazy last year and a half that we had in this market. However, that headline doesn't really tell the full story of exactly what's going on and where we are. So I want to bring some attention to that, show some information, some data, and tell you what I'm seeing. So it's going to be some good information, and I hope you find it valuable. So let's first just talk about home prices. You know, the thing that everybody knows about and the topic that everyone is starting to, be aware of is median price. So I'm going to pull up a chart. And just to kind of give you a little bit of a view of how things have been going in terms of price. So obviously we've been going up. At our peak in June, you can see we're at about 22% increase year over year. September, last month, we were at a 13% increase year over year. But you can see towards August, September, a little bit of a drop there, about 2%. We see this every year, end of the summer, kids going back to school. Obviously that's kind of a norm. But the truth of it is, as it relates to these home prices, it's high buyer demand, low supply of homes. That's what's been driving prices up. Now, inventory supplies is the thing to look at here. So we're at a 2.5 month supply of inventory, which means the amount of homes that we have on the market at this moment, it would take 2.5 months to sell them all. Very, very, very much so a seller's market and a seller's statistic. Normally a neutral market or a healthy market is between 6 or 7 months, so you can kind of see the difference of where we're at and where we are today. Why there aren't that many homes? For a lot of reasons. Obviously COVID being the main, people just don't want anyone coming through their house, open houses, showings, which is very understandable. Another big one, supply chain issues. Homes are just not being built, and if they are, they're just not meeting the buyer demand. We're actually underbuilt at this time by 4 million homes, which is a big part of it. A lot of homeowners also refinanced during this time, took advantage of these low interest rates, and took that money out, took all this equity out, and renovated their houses. Did some little projects, so now they're staying put. Forbearance, there's still a portion of homeowners aren't paying their mortgage, so why would they leave? Even at that time, if anything does happen when this plan or this program is over, they have so much equity and can sell and have some options. And that's the other thing with homeowners is, where do you go next? I made a video about this last time, but with low inventory, high home prices, they're concerned of being able to find and afford their next home. So all big concerns. Now, where we're going moving forward in terms of price, experts and a lot of data shows that prices are going to continue to rise next year and the next few years. At about 5% is the number I'm seeing and reading for next year in 2022. So with rising inflation concerns, interest rates increasing, expected to go up to 4% or to 4% by the end of 2022. You're going to see a lot of buyers start to get pushed out of the market because of this. So, the demand right now in the fall, and as interest rates and prices are still somewhat subdued, there's still a strong demand for that. And as things start to creep up, I think you're going to start to see things start to level off. Now, just a quick thing with market, with prices, another topic which I can make a whole video on, and I probably will, is there going to be a market crash? That's brought up a lot just with, the state of affairs. I don't see that happening. I think more of the conversation is going to be about some deceleration in terms of, home appreciation and values, where they start to, kind of balance out and start to, kind of normalize. So I think that's more what we're going to see rather than a crash. We're not seeing, anyone just with an arm and a leg being able to get a mortgage. There's a lot of, agencies and things in place to keep that from happening. Plus homeowners have way too much equity in their homes. So that's my opinion, but just to put things in perspective, from 1995 to 2020, home appreciation has seen an average of 4.1%, and that's what we're expected to see through 2025. So just to kind of make put things in perspective and kind of give you some information there. So the next thing to look at is pending sales. So I'm going to pull up another chart just to kind of show pending sales or homes that have gone into contract. And you'll see just where, kind of the spike, late 2020, starting in September, pent up supply of homes just from the industry shutdown. And, we obviously saw that spike there, started to see a dip pick back up in the spring. But looking at September, although we've slowed down a little bit in numbers compared to, the spring, and you see that little drop at the end, look all the way towards the beginning of the chart where 2019, where we are still well above pre-pandemic levels. So although we've definitely seen a taper, things taper off and a slowdown, still well above the pre-pandemic levels. And that's what I really want to kind of hit home here, is that, things are slowing down, but when we compare it to, early 2020, 2019, still well above those levels. So an important thing there. A couple other little things, just to look at the last 30 days. So last 30 days from today, we had 708 new homes hit the market or be listed. And out of those 708 homes, 444 of them went pending already. So that's 63% of these new homes already getting snatched up. Just to show you how much, buyer demand there still is. And, especially during this slowdown in the fall season. These homes are selling, within under 2 weeks. Days on the market is averaging around 14 days. So, that's from getting listed. Offers are coming in, within days. Another chart I'm going to pull up right now, just to show the amount of offers that are coming up on homes here. So you can see during the peak, we were at about 5 offers on average for each home. And we dropped a little bit now to 3.84. So, again, a drop nonetheless, but, still very competitive. In this market, not as competitive, but still competitive nonetheless, with a lot of buyer demand still out there. And another thing I'm starting to see with a lot of these homes that aren't selling right away are just getting kind of stale in the market. So a big drop, or excuse me, I should say a big increase in price drops. So especially this last month, a huge uptick. A lot of these kind of homes that haven't sold are starting to get reduced, starting to get withdrawn. Just maybe not the right time to sell, going to wait till the spring to put it back on the market. So it's definitely tightening up the inventory and housing supply. So, that's another big thing that I'm starting to see with buyers and, just in the market in general. So to summarize, it's definitely not the white hot market that we've seen this past year, late 2020. But we are still in a hot housing market nonetheless. And hopefully a lot of this data and information I went over with you kind of explains that, just in terms of buyer demand, home prices, which are continuing or going to continue to increase. So just to break it down, if you're a buyer, don't expect a sudden drop in home prices. Experts are saying it's just not going to happen. So instead, what I would think of doing is just, what are your home ownership goals? When are you looking to buy? Where are you looking to buy? Really kind of give that some good thought. And, don't wait too long if you're thinking of doing it or waiting for this drop, which isn't going to happen, because as prices are showing to continue to increase, as well as interest rates, you might be pricing yourself out and having a tough time affording the home that you want. So that's where a lender and speaking with a lender, getting pre-approved, is very important. If you're a seller, the high buyer demand and the continuation of home prices beginning to rise, or continuing to rise, I should say, is perfect for you. So, now, whether it's the fall, whether you're thinking of the next few months, great time to be a seller, great time to sell. Just most importantly, pricing your home the right way, putting a marketing strategy together that's personalized to your home, and is going to help ensure that the right amount of buyers and the right buyer sees your home, and finding out what your next move is, which is also crucial. So whether you're a buyer or seller, I can help you out with both of those, and I'd love the opportunity to talk more. So hopefully you found this all helpful. Is the fall housing market slowing down? Yes, it is, but it is still red hot. So if you have any questions, love to talk more, send me an email, a comment, text, whatever. If you want to get in touch, I'd love to speak more, and I can dive into these numbers a little bit more. Hopefully you found this valuable. So take care, guys. I'll see you on the next video, and enjoy the fall weather. Thanks.